welcome back to 70 Street Freak YouTube channel. So as the title says, we did buy a donor car, to put these engines in that I have laying around here and kind of have fun with them, see how long we can make them last. This is the Junkyard 350 that I put a 671 blower on. Didn't touch anything else, just put the blower on it, and I had it fired up in a previous video. If you guys haven't seen that yet, make sure you go and check that out. But like I said in some of those other videos, I wanted to kind of have a donor car. Everything around here is pretty well complete. And not that this car isn't complete, but this car is just going to be a good donor, a good car for the channel. And it'll be a good mule car to see how well these engines run and how long this 671 350 small block Chevy will last, because that kind of has me pretty curious. And I want to see how fast it'll go, kind of what kind of things we can do to it to make it go quicker in the quarter mile once we do get it put in the donor car. So I think that'll be exciting. This car definitely has a 70s Street Freak look to it. So here you go. All right, guys, here it is. This is a 1968 Chevelle. I already came up with a nickname for it. I'm going to be calling this one Hot Stuff. No, the car's not on fire. That's just the paint job. So, yeah, I think the name goes without being described. But moving forward, this car is going to be called Hot Stuff on the channel. Definitely has a 70s Street Freak look to it. All black SS Chevelle with flames. Krager SSTs on it. 396 turbo 400 car. Pretty nice car. Like I said, it's not perfect, and that's kind of what I was looking for, was a car that not so much beat up, but to use and not feel bad about it, because when you have a really, really nice car, you kind of become a caretaker of it, and it takes all the fun away from it. You know, when you just have too much money in something, the fun's kind of pitched out the window, and you become a caretaker and can't do all the things you want to do because you don't want to mess it up, you don't want to ruin it. And I think this car kind of fits what I'm looking for. Like, you know, some of the paint's kind of peeling, some spots are starting to show in it, but it's perfect for what I plan on doing with it and using it as a test car for some of these engines that I do have laying around here. And yet it does suck pulling the 396 out of it, because it is a good engine, sounds good, has a nice cam in it, runs really well, but that motor does need freshened up, needs cleaned up, needs painted, kind of needs gone through and looked over. So the tentative plan now is to put that 350 671 Junkyard motor in here and take it to the drag strip and drive it, see how well it performs, and see, kind of more or less just tinker what kind of things we can do with it. But there is the 396 Moroso valve covers, so it has that 70s look to it going on already. And I'll have to probably find some better valve covers for that Junkyard engine before I put it in here. But I'm going to be pulling the hood off of this car when I put that engine in it, because I'm not cutting the hood on this, because I don't know what the game plan with this car in the long run is going to be. I don't know if that 671's staying in it, or if that 671 is going to blow up, 10 miles down the road. So I'm not making any kind of permanent fixes yet until I kind of come up with what I plan on doing. But it'll be used as a donor car for the channel. We'll see what happens with it. But pretty nice car, guys. This 396 is a good running car, sounds really well. But the bad thing is, this 396 is going to make more power than that Junkyard 671 sitting over there ever will. So kind of sucks pulling power out of the car, but my curiosity is getting the best of me, and I want to see what that Junkyard engine will do. So I bought this car from my dad. He's a car collector, and he was ready to let it go. So I spent a long time looking for cars, and with today's market, it's just hard to find anything nice for a decent price. And I know if I went looking for a car, when you buy something new from someone you don't know, you just never know what you're going to get. I mean, you could look the car over and look it over, but before, or until you get it home, you really don't know what you have or what you're looking at. When you get there, you're kind of all excited and you just want to get get the car home and enjoy it. But sometimes you have buyer's remorse when you're looking at something, and then when you get it home, you kind of start realizing what it is and its flaws. So with this car, I knew what I was getting. He's had it for probably at least 10 years, so I knew what it was. I've worked on this car before in the past, and he was ready to let it go. So I figured it'd be a good car for the channel and a good donor car, something to play with, something I don't feel guilty about, beaten up a little bit. So that'll be this. So let me fire this thing up for you guys. So fires right up. Has a really good sounding cam in it. Does suck tearing it apart, but at the end of the day, whether it's later this summer or next winter, that 396 will go back into it. But motor's quiet. Exhaust sounds really good. Pretty responsive. So the 396 Chevelle that you'll be seeing on this channel, car sounds really good, has a nice cam in it the way it sits, but I don't know, we're hot rodders, so we're always tinkering, doing something different. Car does have a driveline vibration that I noticed when I brought this thing home in the snowstorm the other day. I don't know if that's from the tires from sitting for so long they got a flat spot in them, or if that's drive shaft related or front end. I'm not sure yet, so that's going to need gone through before I do pull that 396 out of it, just because I want to make sure the drive line's correct and everything else around the car is right before I pull that motor out of it and put the 671 Junkyard motor in it. Because as simple as it sounds, just pulling motors or swapping motors and putting a new one in, it's never that easy, and I don't want to go chasing issues, whether it's motor related or if it's driveline related. I want to just get the car right now with the 396 in it, and then put the 671 Junkyard motor in it, so that way I know everything's correct and I'm not chasing a bunch of issues, kind of taking the fun out of it. I want it to go as smooth as possible. But so this is the car that you guys will be seeing on the channel. We'll probably be doing some drag and drives with it. Hopefully that Junkyard motor does last, and maybe towards the end of the year we'll turn up that Junkyard motor and, I don't know, see what kind of power it makes, or if it blows up, see what kind of power it was making before it did blow up. But that's it. So if you guys haven't already, like, subscribe, show your buddies, and see you later.